Raquel with Rock and Roll Industries magazine, sitting here with Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. I just heard a couple of songs from your new album, Super Collider. Really intense, pretty amazing. What's the whole background story on Super Collider?
Well, this is our first record for Universal, and it's our third record with Chris Bloodrick and Sean, and David Ellison is back in the fold now, so it's pretty exciting. We've got a stable lineup, and these songs are just, I believe, what's really perfect for us at this time in our career. We are enjoying playing together. The music was effortless to write. I think the lyrics are pretty poignant because of the times that we're living in right now. That's one thing I've really tried hard to do, is to make lyrics that are timely as well as timeless.
What can your fans expect, if you want to elaborate on going back to Megadeth roots and the music and style?
It's weird because I almost feel like I've been being lazy. Not that any of the last records weren't real authentic records, or we weren't trying or anything like that. But when you have your bassist, he's sitting there saying, "My God, I'm exhausted. My hands tired. I've been playing more than I have before." I kind of was thinking maybe I've been being a little soft on you there, Junior. Maybe you need to play a little bit more there, homie. And looking at some of the other stuff, like the guitar soloing, there's a couple songs on this record that the guitar solos, I really tried to apply myself. Where before I would have done it, and I would have just figured, it's a really good solo. It's fast, it's melodic, it's unique. And this time I was like, you know what? It's a good solo, but there's a couple parts there that aren't fantastic, so I went back and worked on some of the solos on it. And I think that when you make a record, you got to remember it's forever. You can't go back and change it. Now you can do a live record and make the live record totally neat and shred over it and stuff like that, but then people go to see that and they're like, you know what, I don't want to hear you wanking on guitar, I want to hear the solo that I know. So it's the whole thing about familiarity too. You don't
Routine Guitars, like always, which is a great guitar company. You've been with them for 7 years. What is it about Dean that you just love and keeps you loyal?
Loyalty is really important. It's at the end of the day, you're as good as your word. And I think that in the music business, there's so many people that will just go to where stuff is free. Free strings, free pickups, free booze, free chicks, free, and at the end of the day, you're just like one of those dudes that hangs out in Costco by where the little weenies are, and you sit there and eat those little blocks of cheese all day, instead of being, your own man, being original. And for me, I think that, at the end of the day, you gotta be able to live with yourself. And if you're not original, then, you can always go back and say that nobody's original, I guess. The only person who's ever said an original word was Adam. But there were times me as a main endorser for a company have had issues with customer support, and it's like, if you're going to give me a hard time, what are you going to do about just a normal guy, and that means a lot to me. I think when you're going to endorse a product, you need to really believe in it. It can't be about like I said, about getting stuff for free. We have a really great working relationship, but most importantly, it's the product. The guitar is the best playing and sounding guitar I've ever played.
Double neck. Can you tell me how that got started?
The diadems?
Yes.
The diadems double neck. I had a double neck that I'd gotten from Jackson a long time ago, and it was really kind of hard to play because it was heavy, and I got rid of it. And I hadn't revisited having a double neck for a while, and did one with the ESP, didn't really like it very much. And then we revisited it with Dean, and the guitar just played like butter. And they made this one that had a really kind of a funky paint job that I didn't really like very much. And the guy that works there had said, how do you feel about having a graphic on it? And I said, sure. You know, it's so big you can have almost a whole story on it. And he goes, well, the guy said, you know, what the fuck, man? Do whatever you want, man. It's your fucking guitar. You know. So I said, well, why don't you put the story of good and evil on it? 6 strings over here, 12 strings over there, good, evil, you know, blah, blah, blah. And that's, you know, I mean, so many metal people, they talk about, you know, things spiritual in nature, dark side, Armageddon, the Holocaust, stuff like that. So
you got this upcoming tour with Iron Maiden in Europe. Can you tell us something exclusive, something to look forward to? What's going on with the tour?
The tour with Maiden overseas right now, there's not a lot of dates for that. Those are really big festivals. So those, you know, when you go on stage, it's a little different when you're playing a festival because you have so much more ground to cover. You've got a huge stage and there's a lot of people that are there and they're there to see you. They're not there to see a little ant up on stage. So you've got to run over to the other side. You got to run over to the other side here. You know, it's more of an aerobic performance than it is, you know, when you're just playing in a little quaint kind of a venue or something like that. So, and then plus playing with Maiden. Maiden are very seasoned. They've got a great stage show. So you really got to bring your A game to, you know, to even stand on stage with guys like that. You know, we've got a long-standing relationship with them. We've toured with them for years and years and years, and we've toured with all the big guys and AC/DC, stuff like that. And so, you know, we're not in any way out of our element. You know, so we're really looking forward to doing that. And we really love the band and look forward to playing with them and hanging out and learning as much as we can from them.
So what do you got set up for your stage?
For my stage?
Yeah, you got another. You're gonna have a Dave, you know how they have Eddie. What are you gonna have?
Inflatable Dave.
You have the Super Collider.
No, well we have a mascot, but we don't really use them the same way that they do. Sometimes he'll make an appearance. You know, Vic Rattlehead is his name, and you know, like with Maiden, you know, they've got Eddie. He's inflatable. He's
Larger than life.
Harlow stuff that they have. They've got the guy that goes out there in the costume and everything. So. I don't know if it's going to be like, you know, the big mascot night, or if we should just kind of just be special guests and just respect that. Or, but for when we do our own thing, you know, we've got video and production and usually makes it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dave. It's been amazing sitting down with you. I'm Raquel with Rock and Roll Industries Magazine with Dave Mustaine saying thank you.